My favorite part is when you're in line and one of the minimum wage workers turns like, "Hey, we just need one person. Anyone here? Just one person." You just raise your hand, like right here. Okay, come.
Hit me.
I'm alone.
Broken, seemed like all was lost. What would be the future? Could you pay the cost? You wonder, will there ever be a second time around? Oh, when the tears are over and the moment has come, say, my Lord, I think I found someone. You know it will be better, 'cause you're putting it together for the second time around.
Welcome to Three Guys, Three Questions, where three friends test the limits of propriety through the questions we ask. Today is full of overpriced frozen lemonade.
Delicious.
This week we're sponsored by indifferent minimum wage workers, rusty roller coasters, and long, long lines. I'm Aaron L.M. Goodwin, and I'm joined as always by Andrew Savage. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
That's people on a roller coaster.
Oh, okay. I figured, but I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm also joined by Adam Tatsu Anderson.
Here's just a few of the things that me and the Tatsu roller coaster have in common.
Yes.
Our max speed is 62 miles an hour. We are 170 feet tall and 3,602 feet long.
And there's a line of people that get to ride you.
Sorry, my bell broke. You also have a panache for making pregnant women throw up.
A panache.
Oh, you fixed your bell for that one, though. That's great.
Fixed it. If you're new to the show, here's how it works. Each host asks a question, then each host gives their answer. Hilarity hopefully ensues, and we move to the next question. Adam has today's first question, so take it away, Adam.
All right, my question is, what ride would you add to the happiest place on Earth? And by that, I mean Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
Good thing you made that distinction.
Not the literal happiest place on Earth, but like the trademarked happiest place on Earth.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Are we allowed to say that?
I said it was trademarked.
Okay, yeah.
That counts, right?
I don't think that's how copyright law works. But speaking of which, how can you make such a claim? Like, someone has not detested that. Anyway,
we need to try this at the Supreme Court level.
Yeah.
We need a decision on this.
Anyway, if I could add a ride, it'd be a Lord of the Rings ride. Mm-hmm. For all of the right reasons.
Wait, what are the right reasons?
And what are the wrong reasons?
The wrong reasons are for money and hate.
Oh, okay.
Wait, why would hate be a reason to add a ride?
That's been a reason.
Actually, no, I take that back. My answer has a lot to do with hate.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you ever been on Superman?
Yeah, actually mine.
Yeah, I was about to say, have you ever been on Superman at Knott's Berry Farm? That ride's full of hate.
I don't think Superman is at Knott's Berry Farm.
I thought it was. No, you're right. It is at Six Flags.
Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Still full hate. And I just think it'd be fun. Like, I would like to somehow just imagine like the roller coaster. You can even do like a water park where the barrels from The Hobbit.
That's like that would be the only redeeming factor that movie existed is. Well, at least we could make this fun ride.
And here's the fun fact: like while you're waiting, you could watch that part because it is a couple hours long. Just them right down the barrels.
Right.
Here's my idea for Lord of the Rings roller coaster.
Okay.
The ride, the concept of the ride is that it's taking you to Mount Doom. And at the end of the ride, or at the beginning of the ride, everybody gets a little golden ring. And at the end, there's a paper mache volcano that you're trying to throw the ring into. And if you get it in, then you get a prize, which is you save the world.
Or like you get your picture with like Elrond and
Minimum wage
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Yeah. Just like get your picture with somebody dressed up. Or depending on how small you make the hole, you can be like, yeah, if you get it in there, we refund your ticket price.
Can you make the name of the episode Minimum Wage Gandalf?
Well, I'm writing it down.
I would write it down, but I've taken all the pens off of my desk, so I don't like them.
Why is that, Adam?
Well, here's the thing.
Ding.
Ding. Aaron hates it when I make noises.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's back to talking.
That was just a clever way to get you to stop talking. I'm sorry.
Lord of the Rings. What did you want? So we've heard Adam's idea.
Of my answer.
What's
Sorry,
yours?
you sparked my imagination and I went with it.
No, that's fine. I appreciate that. Well, I have two options.
Okay.
Either it could be a terribly named roller coaster at Six Flags, where it's like called the Balrog, but it's just a roller coaster.
Right.
There's no Lord of the Rings affiliation besides the name.
It's just painted red.
Yeah. Or it could be one of those like virtual ones where you sit in a room and like the whole room moves and there's like a projection.
Like a flight simulator kind of
something like
dealio.
that. Those are a big thing.
I used to love those things.
Yeah, I did too, and I don't think I've been on one in a while.
You could like pretend to be being carried away by the eagles.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh.
You're just on the eagles and you get to see all of Lord of the Rings, and at the end, it's the end. You did it.
Yay! We did it.
At the end, you go and pick up Frodo and Sam. Spoiler alert.
Nice.
What about those rooms like, and I'm pretty sure the floor is in this checker pattern, and then there's a TV in one corner, and then somebody stands at one end of the room and the other person stands at the other, and one person looks really short and the other person looks really tall. I feel like that'd be appropriate because you're like, yeah, you're the height of a hobbit now, Hobbit and a Gandalf.
Are you explaining a fun house of mirrors?
No, it's just sure.
Okay.
I was gonna explain it more, but you know what? Just sure. Fine.
It's like the Crooked House at Calico Ghost Town.
Yeah.
Which is a reference that like maybe two of our listeners will get. But there you have it. Calico Ghost Town. Check it out if you like dirt and Western things and ghosts
that are covered in dirt.
Yeah. Dirty ghosts.
Also, if you want to be frightened by mannequins.
Also, if you want a house made out of beer bottles.
Oh my gosh.
So what would happen if like Six Flags heard this and took our idea and made a Lord of the Rings ride, except they got it completely wrong, and instead of like Middle Earth themed, it was Sonic the Hedgehog?
First of all, I would hope that I'd get some sort of compensation, but I don't think that's going to happen. So just like a year pass would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty nice. Pretty useful for you since you live up in Idaho.
It's the thought that counts.
Oh, okay. That's all you care about? Really? All right.
I just want people to like
sending my thoughts your way.
Yeah.
I thought about giving you $1 million. So you better be pretty thankful to me.
It's pretty generous.
Well, that was an unsincere thought.
How do you even know?
Because you didn't have the check draft, and I know for a fact you don't have that much money in your bank account.
Dang. He called you to the carpet.
I just now thought about grabbing my checkbook and sending you a picture of a check for $1 million. But I decided that would be a bad idea.
That's probably a bad idea.
Considering that those checks are like ancient and they should be in a museum.
Speaking of checks, you're going to want to check out my attraction.
Oh, yeah. Dumb.
Mine might have more to do with how I feel about the Magic Kingdom as it were than anything else. But Disney recently acquired the rights to Star Wars, and I think it would be great if in their new, because they're putting in like a whole Star Wars place. They're expanding Disneyland and putting Star Wars stuff. there should just be a Sarlacc pit.
Just like for the like a ride or an actual Sarlacc for all
Just
the
an
bad
actual Sarlacc pit where you can throw anybody you can throw down there. It happens. Like so basically it's gonna
you
like
sign a waiver when you go in, and then
right. Realizing this could be a possibility.
right.
I would like that as an adult who is like having like he's a nut. He's like Disney. He has plenty of Disneyland going on. So he's like, dude, I'm just going to the Sarlacc pit. And you just jump in, and it's just like a ball pit at the bottom.
It's the one ride I've never been able to go on.
And just
I couldn't bring
jump
myself
into
to
it. And it's just a bunch of depressed dads trying to escape.
I just would like it too because, like, if I ever am forced to going to Disneyland again, which would only happen against my will, I would like for there to be a way for me to end my misery. And it's just a Sarlacc pit right in the middle of Disneyland would be great for that purpose. That tells you how much I enjoy Disneyland.
It sounds like maybe you don't enjoy it very much.
No. I can hear people yelling into their Overcast right now.
So here's the thing. Disneyland,
Ding.
it's high. It's like, it's okay. Like, I don't hate it. But some people, it's like, it's a big deal.
It's like their religion.
I wasn't going to say that, but I was thinking it.
Well, just say it. I mean, that's what we're about.
I just don't understand the fascination. Like, there's things I'm not as passionate about anything as much as people are about Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Part of me feels like maybe it's people like who are afraid of growing up. It's like a Peter Pan thing.
Oh,
so they can like.
I can see that.
It's like an outcrying of their Peter Pan syndrome, and then they can go in there and ride a Peter Pan ride. And feel very Peter Pan.
And kids love it because they're all those weird adults that want to be children all over the place.
Maybe they can pack a lunch because heaven knows it's expensive to buy one there, and they can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with Peter Pan peanut butter.
Oh, that was a long way for that joke, but I'll allow it.
Oh, thank you. Adam, are you there?
I'm just thinking about the Sarlacc pit. I like the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could take it further. I think that there's something that we could do if we combined the Sarlacc pit with the Wolverine room.
Well, okay.
But here's the thing, because Disney owns Marvel, so it would have to be the Marvel Wolverine.
The Marvel Wolverine room.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't own the rights to the X-Men, so it would have to be the Logan room or something like that.
No, Disney does. The comic books,
they don't.
But they don't own the movie rights.
Oh, I see.
But I
Or
see what you mean.
It's just a room full of Michigan football players.
Yeah, I almost feel like they could dispense with theme park security with Disney security and just install several Wolverine rooms throughout the theme park, and then if there's a dispute, you just say, "All right, step into the Wolverine room." And then the dispute will most likely end.
When did we first talk about the Wolverine room? Because I feel like that's
way back in season 2 or 3.
I'm really glad we make that reference because there's so many people who've listened that far back.
That's why we have show notes.
I guess that's true.
I will link to the Wolverine room, and you can learn all about the Wolverine room because I think it's an important thing that we created on this show that I'm actually frankly ashamed it hasn't gone that far.
You know when the Wolverine room would have really helped? During the breakfast ketchup fiasco.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, but hey, what's the question we're on?
Adam, what ride would you add?
My answer for my question, I would like to add a ride that just really depresses everyone, and I don't have a great name for it yet, but right now the working title is just taxes. Right? It's just a boring, dull, gray room in the middle of Disneyland that teaches your children all about what it's like to be an adult. They learn about taxes and bills and all the crap your parents had to go through in order to pay for you to be here.
So the parent appreciation room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the daycare facility.
Yeah. I don't know if that one's gonna fly, but good luck.
I kind of imagine that it's like you know that presentation in the beginning of Jurassic Park where they're all sitting in these in these chairs
with
and
the
like
dino
the
DNA.
that whole thing, and then it just like moves around. I imagine it's like that, except it just moves around to various rooms with adults just like working in cubicles,
Like a zoo, but for adults.
like a menagerie of sad people.
Oh, well,
That's depressing.
if there's any way to make Disneyland worse, you discovered it.
It's a menagerie of depression.
I feel like it's not that like far down from the worst part of Disneyland, but whatever.
See, I was thinking the worst part of Disneyland is like I've already experienced, which is you're forced to ride every ride in between two couples, and you're alone.
Yeah, I've been there.
the whole time.
I thought the worst part of Disneyland was the Sarlacc pit.
No,
Well, it will be.
my favorite part is when you're in line and one of the minimum wage workers turns like, "Hey, we just need one person. Anyone here? Just one person." And you just raise your hand, like, right here. Okay, come.
Hit me.
I'm alone.
Brr.
All right, with the teacups.
All right, the teacups. I'll sit on Dumbo. It's you and like a 4-year-old child who you don't know,
I'm alone.
who's like having such a blast, and you're sitting there sad.
And then he throws up on you, and the experience is complete.
Happiest place on earth.
You know, if there's a Sarlacc pit, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Right. Throw that little 4-year-old in there. Oh, I mean,
The happy couple, we have an extra special ride for you. It's just down in that hole full of teeth.
don't worry, the sand is for fun. Well, hey, let's do the next question. This is getting super depressing.
Yay. So, hey, what theme park do you feel is the most overrated?
Well,
I feel like I know Aaron's answer.
I'm sure you guys are gonna know that it's Disneyland.
Really? That's a shock.
I am so surprised.
Should we just move on from there, or have you spoken your piece so far?
I feel like I've got more I could say.
Okay.
I just like the rides aren't that good. They're only like really like rides in name only. Like there's not that much. They're not like roller coasters really.
Dude, what about Star Tours?
Okay, so I've been to Disneyland probably like 10 times in my life, and every single time Star Tours was closed.
Oh man, Star Tours.
No, wait, Star Tours? Did you say Space Mountain or Star Tours?
Star Tours.
Sorry, Star Tours is legit.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only legit thing at Disneyland. But I feel like I need to start over again.
Okay, go.
I hate Disneyland. So
Just air your grievances.
So Disneyland, I'm sure it's fine, but I spent like the worst night of my life at Disneyland. So for those of you who don't know, I did not graduate high school. I was of the class of 2001.5 because I had to go back to summer school to take a math class with a bunch of incoming freshmen who thought I was pretty cool, which was even more sad. Because like, tell us all about high school. And I was like, don't look up to me. I'm a failure. You don't want to be my friend. Were you going to come back and visit us? No. You get out of here as soon as you can too, okay? So anyhow, I didn't graduate, but I spent all the money for grad night.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed up to the graduation right as they were like dismissing everyone as the ceremony was ending.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst story ever.
And I walked onto the bus and I sat down and I ended up being sitting by myself because everybody else had spent the weeks leading up to it, you know, rehearsing for graduation and like getting to know someone. They're all partnering off as you do in high school. So like everybody's either got like a buddy or like a boy or girl they're interested in, you know? And so everyone's like in a pair, and I'm just like sitting in the school bus seat by myself as we're driving down to Disneyland for grad night. So they would, you know, open the park and let high schoolers in, and they do like several high schools at once. So it was just several high schools, and I was there, and basically I spent the night wandering alone, wandering through the park all by myself. I ran into someone I knew, and they're like, "Come get on this ride with us." And I was like, I was a football player. I mean, I've always been kind of a fat kid. I wasn't as fat back then, but I knew these bumper cars are not gonna work. And they're like, "No, get on the bumper cars. You can do it." I was like, "No, guys, no." And then like they kept trying, and so I was like, "All right, just to please them." I knew how it was gonna end. I sit in the bumper car. The teenage attendant puts down the lap bar. It doesn't go down. And I'm like, "See, I told you." And I start to stand up, and he's all, "No, I think it will." And I'm like, meanwhile, everyone is sitting in their bumper car. It's grad night. They want to bump. You know what I mean? There's nothing more you want to do than bump on your grad night.
More ways than one.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but
I'm just sitting here like cringing so much.
and they just keep pushing the lap bar down, and I'm just like, look, it's all right. And I just push him off, and I get up and I walk on the bumper car like platform away to the other side. And I go,
I'm having a physical reaction to this story.
and then I go and I'm like, let me ride that roller coaster thing, because it looks like the most entertaining ride at all of Disneyland. It's at California Adventure. And I get on it, and it's like, there's like, have you guys been on that Mickey Mouse roller coaster thing?
Oh yeah.
It's like a Bow Chicka Wow Wow music that plays on it. And I was like, this is weird. And like, I guess
People want to bump, Aaron.
yeah, to me, it was just becoming more apparent that everyone was going to find the most secluded spot they can in the bushes next to the Haunted Mansion. You know, like everyone's looking for that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go inside the Haunted Mansion, because that's like a group thing. You're like all standing for a while. When we get into the elevator for the Haunted Mansion, it's like you get in and you go through an elevator, and it was full of a high school from, I think they were from East Los Angeles, and it was like a bunch of cholos, and they started creating a circle around the edge, like in the elevator, and this big old cholo goes in the middle. He's like, "Hey, who wants to play a circle game, huh?" And I was all, oh no. And they pushed this scrawny kid in the middle. He's like, "Ole, he wants to play the circle game." And they basically just did what you would see in like a 1950s special about bullying, where they're just pushing the kid back and forth, you know, through the circle. And then they let the kid out, and they kept doing that to people. And then I was just like sinking back as far as I could so as to not get in the middle to play the circle game. So that was that. And then I went, I was like, you know what? They do that stupid movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Right.
I'm going to go to that, because you're just sitting in a theater. Nobody's going to want to go to this, I thought.
Yeah.
I sat down, and to the left of me was like a couple like getting all frisky. So I like turned to the right, and I saw that it was like my longtime high school crush who I just, it never happened with, you know, and her boyfriend.
Oh.
And they were like making out, and I was like, basically, let's just repeat that for like 4 hours. That was my night. So I'm over Disneyland, is what I'm saying.
You know, I think I can understand your disdain.
Yeah.
So having grad night at Disneyland is something that I also experienced.
Sorry.
It wasn't that bad, but there was this one moment where we were leaving Indiana Jones ride, and like I was with my friends, and they all turned like, "Hey guys, let's just run this down this hallway after we got off the ride and scream as much as we can." And we're like, "Oh yeah, that'd be fun." I don't know why, we're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so we turn around and do it, and I'm the only one bolting down the hallway. and there's the line of people watching me do this. And so halfway, I realized that no one's following me, so I just book even harder. Like, I'm going to assume that this is on purpose. And I just kept going, and my friends like almost passed out. It was the funniest thing that I ever saw. And yeah.
Because I mean, when you start running down a hallway screaming, you can't just stop halfway through.
Yeah, no, you start screaming fire, murder.
You can't admit defeat. You got to keep going.
Yeah,
Like, that's
that
not
person has a disease.
You can't halfway that.
Yeah.
All I know is I hope that they don't still do grad night at Disneyland, because it's not a smart idea to put a whole bunch of hormone-laden teenagers into a theme park at night.
Anywhere, really.
Oh no, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's bad. No, I've talked about that for like 30 minutes.
Well, my answer is not as elaborate as yours, and I feel kind of bad. But my answer is every theme park is the most overrated theme park, because no theme park is the state or county fair.
I'm curious. Elaborate.
So theme parks, you go to a theme park and you're like, wow, all of these rides are safe. None of them will kill me, probably.
The fear is pretty artificial.
You go to the fair and you're like, there's an element of danger here that makes this really exciting.
Yes.
And you're not sure if the ride that's just 2 pods on the end of a giant stick that spins around and then the pods also rotate. Like, you're not sure if that's legal because there's not any seatbelts inside for whatever reason. Like,
you're pretty sure that it was a tractor that morning.
Yeah, when 50% of the ride is made up of metal chain.
Mm-hmm. And it's just clicking and clacking, and you're like, I'm not sure if this is gonna hold together. Like, I don't know if they torqued these bolts down to spec. Basically, I want all of my rides to be built by carnies in an hour,
and probably while drunk.
That's a real thrill.
Yeah. Also, I've never been to a theme park with a Gravitron, and the Gravitron is the greatest ride of all time.
Oh yeah, that is.
What's the longest you've been in a Gravitron?
I spent an entire night in a Gravitron.
That explains a lot.
A lot of blood has reached your brain.
Actually, I take that back. I spent most of the night in the Gravitron, but I took a few breaks to go to the giant spinning thing.
I think like spending an evening in the Gravitron is the beginning to like a supervillain or superhero story.
It sounds like a bad date invitation.
I am Gravitravis. That's the superhero. It's Travis.
Hey, honey, would you like, you got a crush on a girl? I'd really like to take you out. Would you like to spend an evening in the Gravitron with me?
Oh man,
I love how it's the same ride everywhere, but it's also the same name.
Yeah,
right. It's like trademarked Gravitron.
My favorite part is when the guy in the middle, because he's in the middle in a thing that's not spinning around, so he doesn't die, I'm guessing. But sometimes they just get out, and it's like, this doesn't seem safe. Like, you're supposed to be in the middle controlling this.
Oh man,
this,
how do you not
whirling
throw up
dervish.
if you're in the middle, watching everyone spin around?
Ooh, maybe that's why they get out. Just thinking about it, I'm feeling dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they manage to like work their way back, and I'm like, you're always so glad when they get back into the middle thing. It's like, I am saved.
I'm
Let's do
so
it again.
glad that you share my love of the Gravitron. Everyone thought I was super lame when I'd be like, can't we just stay at the Gravitron? No, I'm like, guys, it's the best.
It's the closest we have to controlling gravity.
You can climb on a wall.
I know.
How cool is that?
You could try putting your hand in front of you and then letting it hit you in the face as hard as it possibly could.
Yeah, you better believe I did that.
Like it becomes fun just to put your arms up. I imagine it's a lot like what it's like to be high.
Also,
okay.
the county fair, it's not just rides.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of like, you can go just, at what theme park can you just go look at a bunch of chickens and pigs? You know what I mean? You can go look at hundreds, maybe tens at least, of just different pigs hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the food is amazing. Like, they try to have like fair food at theme parks, but it doesn't really count.
It's not the same.
It's all $20,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all like pre-packaged, like got a bunch of preservatives in it. Like, oh yeah, this has been inspected by the USDA.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I want from my fair.
That's
food.
not gypsy food.
Yeah, I want something that may or may not have carny snot in it. That's what makes it exciting.
And why do the carnies always look like they have vomit on their shirt?
Probably because they keep getting out of the center of the Gravitron.
Maybe.
I had a guy who's in control of the Gravitron. Like, I don't know exactly how the controls work, but I assume there's a button that says, hey, we'll stop now. But anyway, he got out of the middle of the gravitron and he just started like walking over people on the walls. And then he did a full revolution and then he came back and went back into the middle. and
Just
stopped
to
the
show
ride.
you he could do it.
Yeah.
Just to assert his dominance.
Just look at my mastery of the gravitron.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
You could pet a sheep.
Oh my gosh.
You could
For
go. You
all
could
I
go.
know,
You could go look at various large fruits and vegetables.
you could look at 4-H club projects,
Mm.
You could totally listen to Smash Mouth.
and nobody will judge you for it because it's just a giant party.
Well, because they're playing there.
You just look around and everyone's like kind of nodding, like, yeah, I am an all-star. Oh, well, that's fun. Andrew, what about you?
Okay, well, the most overrated park that I can imagine is actually a local park to here. If you've ever been to the Utah region, you may have heard or seen a billboard for a place called Lagoon.
Lagoon.
For those you don't know, there is no water there.
There's no ocean.
I don't know why it's called Lagoon.
There's the Great Salt Lake.
That really confused me the first time that I heard about it.
But it's like a watered down Knott's Berry Farm, which Knott's Berry Farm is already a watered down version of Six Flags. But here's the thing: everyone around here is like super like pro Lagoon.
They're like way into it.
It's like way into it, like the same way your mom's way into something and you just don't understand why. She's like, "Oh, that's really fun, mom. Good
It's fun.
job."
Whatever. Barry Manilow. Yeah, I'm sure he's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
The same way your dad buys Smash Mouth CD.
My dad was way too cool for Smash Mouth, but okay.
But yeah, so I'm trying to explain it in the best way.
It's a water park.
It's
Well, there is a water park, but there's a normal park too.
Really?
Yeah.
it's like a county fair that set up shop and then just didn't move.
That's exactly how I
And
was
then
going to put it.
inspectors came through and were like, "Okay, we got to get this up to code." So it's not good.
All the rides look like a community group put together that month.
It looks like a preschool class did a mural painted on the wall.
Yeah. I think the thing is, like, when you think of theme park, there's a theme. And I think Adam was right. The theme of Lagoon is State Fair. Because it's got a lot of the similar rides, but they're like bolted down.
They're permanent.
They're permanent. They're not moving.
Which is exactly what makes them not exciting.
Yes. So
It's like when someone has a mobile home, but you know that thing's never moved.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So much wasted potential.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say except
Don't they have now? See, this is like a early recollection, but apropos of nothing. Is that a phrase? How did I use that right?
That was
wrong?
fine, I guess.
They have okay, so it's suitable to the place that it's at. There is.
Are you saying it's one of the world's most boring vanilla theme parks because it's in Utah?
Yes, but also because it's in Utah, there is a sculpture that is a sphinx.
yes.
But the sphinx's face is Joseph Smith, the Mormon prophet.
Is that at Lagoon? I thought that was in. I thought that was in Salt Lake.
I thought I remembered that. Isn't Lagoon in Salt Lake?
No, it's in Farmington.
It's like north
north
Salt
of
Lake.
Salt
What's this? The same place?
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Who thinks of that as different places? Pfft, people who live in Utah.
Pretty much.
Um,
I'm going to look it up.
Farmington is obviously they think highly of themselves because they don't just call it Farming Town. No,
We're
just make it
farming tons.
Farmington. We're farming tons. Look at all these sugar beets.
Look at this corn. Tons of corn. Literal tons of corn. There's 4,000 pounds of corn here. That's 2 tons. Yeah, the Joseph Smith Sphinx is in Salt Lake at the Gilgal Sculpture Garden.
So it's not Lagoon.
All right. Now we found the actual most lame, overrated theme park, the Gilgal Sculpture Garden. I thought I was at Lagoon.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
it was like on tour because I have a memory of that.
It does look like it's on wheels.
So could have been there. The only thing I remember about Lagoon is that it was too cold to go in the water.
Uh-huh.
Nothing else looked fun. I ate a lot of ice cream because Utah is like the land of ice cream and donuts.
Yeah, it's a land of food. They don't smoke or drink, so they just eat.
So they just like sugar is their drug of choice. Sugary dairy.
Yes.
Yeah. So wow, Lagoon. You have a picture?
It's not very big.
Oh, that's the Sphinx. Looks weird. Looks weird, man.
It's pretty weird. I do not endorse this. I want to look up pictures of Lagoon now.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I haven't been there in like 10 years. So I need to look up old pictures.
People here in Provo keep talking about getting like season passes for Lagoon, and I'm always just like,
What?
why?
Okay, wait. Let's go to rides and attractions.
Lagoon. Their tagline is "It's what fun is," and I would make fun of them more, but their website's not working.
They have a roller coaster. Their website's super slow.
Yeah, it just error. It's just an error for me. So.
They have a roller coaster. It's a dynamic coaster.
What is a dynamic coaster?
Does
Does that mean it moves?
Oh,
Shouldn't
man.
every roller coaster move?
It means with numerous state-of-the-art, high-speed, thrilling elements, including sudden drops, banked turns, compound spirals, and more. An innovative 16-seat train pairs riders side by side, accompanied by rocking music and elegantly lighted theming. The amply padded seat and restraint securely holds riders at the waist to provide exhilarating upper body freedom during the ride. Each seat may accommodate an adult or child rider with built-in soft serve holders.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a professor went to a bunch of freshmen and was like, I need 500 words on a roller coaster.
That's right, exactly what it is.
The name of this roller coaster is Bombora.
Oh my god.
Bombora.
Wait, hold up. Go back one second. It has cup holders?
I made that up.
Oh.
He said soft serve holders. This was my favorite ride in Lagoon because it was like a haunted house, and it was not very scary.
Terror ride.
Terror ride.
It's literally called Terror Ride. That is so stupid.
My favorite part is all the people waiting in line with like young children.
Oh no, it's not scary.
They're so full of terror.
I like that
Bombora.
Terror Ride is in like multicolor pastel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
just
yeah.
like, you know what true fear is? Pastels.
I
90s color schemes. That's what we're afraid of.
I think I found my favorite ride. I'm gonna drop you guys the link real quick here in the robot.
It's called Bulgy.
Bulgy the Whale is a classic up and down ride. Fun for little ones. Children travel around in circles while quote unquote riding the waves in whale-shaped cars. It's basically a ripoff of the Dumbo ride.
Yes.
But it's a whale named Bulgy it's an up and down ride.
Okay, but just why Bulgy? There's so many better names you could call a ride than
Bulgy.
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 It's like
I think that same ride was there when I was 5 when we went that one time.
Wait, I may have been wrong. I may have found my favorite ride. There's a YouTube of Bulgy.
just I can't get over the name though. Bulgy.
Well,
like is there a less appealing name for anything than Bulgy?
Try on this ride. Roller coaster.
It's just called roller coaster.
It's just called roller coaster.
I like how it has a thrill level of very high.
Very high.
Well, maybe it's because it was built in 1921 and it'll fall over any day.
Yeah.
No, in 1953, a fire destroyed the front of the coaster. It was rebuilt the following year.
It would have been much more exciting if they didn't rebuild it.
You get to the end of the roller coaster and Bulgy.
Will you live? Will you die? Who knows? That's the excitement.
Roller coaster. I mean, this is dinosaur drop. That doesn't sound good. Okay, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna be here forever.
We got to stop doing the thing where we're describing stuff people can't see, I guess.
Drop your links into the show notes. That's one thing I wanted to mention because I
can't get over Bulgy. It's like I'm not gonna ride anything called Bulgy.
Well, you're probably too large for it anyway. It's a child's ride.
I don't know. I might
Well,
read
just
some.
even if it was my size, and she's like Bulgy, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let my children ride Bulgy.
Roller coaster. It's like, which one's worse? You know the answer? Bulgy. Bulgy is definitely worse. Forget it. No Sarlacc pit. I want to put Bulgy at Disneyland.
Put Bulgy above the Sarlacc pit. Make it a little exciting.
I want to put Bulgy right next to the Dumbo ride. So people just look at him and it's like, well, Bulgy has a shorter line. So my question is, what has been your best theme park experience? I want to end this on a positive note. Adam.
Well, too bad for that, because my answer is making fun of Lagoon just now.
It was pretty good.
On a serious note, though, I went to Six Flags over, was it Louisville? Or I think it was Six Flags over Kentucky, because there's just the one. So, and they had one of those rides that shoots you up and then drops you back down, and that was pretty fun. And until they closed it down a few years later because one of the wires snapped and cut off a girl's foot.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Actually, it might have been both of her feet. So
yeah, I fail to see how it could only do one foot.
Just the one.
Just
please. Yeah. So then they closed down that ride, and then it wasn't a fun place anymore.
Well, all right, Andrew. I mean,
actually, that was probably her worst theme park experience.
Was that it? I mean, is that all you had to say?
There were a couple of roller coasters. The lines weren't too long, and it wasn't too hot of a day. That's the best. I mean, that's the best I can say about theme parks. I've had tons of wonderful experiences at state fairs.
Well, okay, all right. We should have done your name of Adam Corn Dog as big as your forearm Anderson. At the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
It's a bulgy corn dog.
This is a family show.
Okay. So the best experience. It's not necessarily like the most fun, but it's a good experience, and I enjoy telling it. I went to Six Flags one summer in California, and that place is monstrous. It's just a madhouse during the summer. Anyway, so we're going on this ride. I don't remember which ride it was. It might have been Tatsu, where Adam gets his namesake.
We're both 170 feet tall.
Exactly. But we're waiting in line, but the line, for some reason, is just not moving. Like, we've been in there for like an hour and a half. And like, oh, there's something wrong. And there's rumbling. And
at that point, you're like, there's something wrong with the roller coaster. And do I want to get on the roller coaster immediately after they fixed it?
Yeah, exactly.
Do I want to be the test people?
And it's like they purposely don't make it very easy to get out of line.
Yeah.
So you're like committed. You're like, well, it's this or this.
Oh, this is how I die. All right.
But anyway, so everyone, like, it's at the point where you actually start talking to people you're in line with, because you're like, these are the last people I'll see alive. And so you're like, hey, what's going on?
Let's just talk about things, guys.
Yeah. But what had happened is I guess there was rumblings from the front, and the word was passing through the giant line that there was a VIP who got cuts to go into the line.
Well.
And this person was LeBron James.
Ooh.
And I guess because he is so tall, it is not safe for him to ride with anyone else.
What, does he have to lay down?
No, well, it's because
like across the bench?
Because I guess it's like his legs are so long that if anyone else was on the ride, he might hit them or something like that.
So he has to ride it alone?
Yeah, he has to ride it like alone with like two other people, but they can't be next to him or something like that. And so I'm like, LeBron has a different type of handicap, so we have to really accommodate him. And so after the ride, he like waved to everyone. Was like, "Thanks guys for letting us go." And we're like, "Okay." And then we got on the ride. So that was my best theme park experience.
That's pretty cool. Did you feel like some sort of baton had been passed to you as you boarded the coaster? Like there was some sort of magic in it?
Well, no, because I still had to wait another hour.
Oh.
So the baton was way long gone. By
all the magic got soaked up by other people's butts.
Yeah, the sweaty butts.
Sweaty butts.
I feel like I have a new goal for personal wealth now. Because like if that had just been a normal tall, like super like freakishly tall person, they'd just been like, well, too bad, you're too tall.
Well, here's the thing. If you're rich enough, you can just buy out the whole park.
Well,
I know. I don't want to do that. I would buy a whole state fair.
But as somebody who's spent the entire time at a theme park alone, it's not that good. You're probably not going to enjoy it.
That's fine.
I'm sensing a theme because mine also takes place at Six Flags. Mine's at the same one as Andrew at Six Flags Magic Mountain in beautiful Santa Clarita. That's where it's at, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere, California. And I was there during I can't remember what's it called. It's their Halloween dealio where it's like
Fright Night is what it is? No.
Fright Fest is that, or is that Knott's Berry Farm? I don't remember. But anyhow, they put spider webs all over the theme park and they dye the fountains red.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like we went there. So for Scouts, I must have been 12 or 13 because this is before high school, but I was in Scouts. And our Scout leader, his last name was Pedersen. And he had what he called Pedersen bucks. And every time you did something in scouting, like say you started to earn a merit badge or you got something or you did, something you're supposed to do or you memorized something, everything you did, you earned a certain amount of Pedersen bucks. And you could cash your Pedersen bucks in for things. You could cash them in for like a candy bar, or you could cash them in for buying a night for you and your friends in his jacuzzi. You could... It wasn't weird. You could... Or the biggest prize... Not or, because you could use them on several things, but the big grand prize was you got a free day at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Okay.
I think he didn't think we could do it, but we all did it. So you had a bunch of like 12-year-olds, and I remember this is when I first heard Nirvana, because he let us play Nirvana in the van driving up to Six Flags. And we got up there, and it was like their whole Halloween thing, and that was fun, but it wasn't that crowded. Like we got there really early when it first opened and we were there all day and we rode like every ride like 3 times. And so after you've done that, you're like, well, what do I do now? I mean, I live here. What do I do here now? And me and my buddy Austin, we decided that we were going to see how many times we could ride the log jammer, the water ride with the logs.
Yes.
Yeah. We decided this is where we're gonna live now. We're just going to be on the logs, and we're gonna like hang out. We're gonna meet people. We're gonna stand in line and we're gonna impress them with our vast store of knowledge about the log ride. Oh right, well you got to watch for the first turn.
Because everyone takes advice from 12-year-olds waiting in line for the ride.
Right. So we just went on the log ride. I remember we were keeping a tally, and it was like 50 something times. So, but like about halfway through our stay at the log ride, we ran in. We noticed that there was these 2 girls our age who were doing the same thing.
Oh man.
No.
Except for they were always getting off the log ride when we were getting on the log ride.
How I'm so excited to hear how you leveraged this. So you got on the same time and then got married and were happily ever
So the
after.
first thing we tried was after we got off the log ride to jump the fence and skip all the way to where they were in line. But the thing is, I couldn't do it because of the same reason why I couldn't fit in that bumper car later on in life. And my friend was in pretty much the same situation. He was taller, but still, yeah, we weren't hopping fences. So that didn't work. So we decided we were going to, I think I'm just remembering this now. That's why I'm laughing. Because I think what we did is we pretended to watch someone's baby strollers for them and wait so that we could have an excuse to wait a whole turn. Because obviously they saw us doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, they'd have to.
We didn't want to be the creepers that are like waiting for them. You know, that's creepy. We just want to casually end up and be like, hey, are you living here now? And so we did, and it worked. It totally worked. Like they caught off the line and they walked in, and we were like yelling to someone down there, like, "All right, you've got it. Okay." And then we left the strollers, and
Hey, watch out for the first turn.
and we got behind them. We're like, "So how many times you guys ridden the log jammer?" and they told us, we're like, "Oh, that's nice. We've been on it this many times," and we just started talking
What
about
are your thoughts on navigating the first turn?
Yeah.
Like
So
12-year-olds, how they flirt.
it basically turned into a log jammer double date.
Oh, man.
And it was
a log jammer jamboree.
It was log jammer jamboree. It was the best. It was amazing. It was like just joy. You're on a water ride. You're just completely soaking wet. You're there with the love of your life. You're pretty sure you're gonna marry this person. It's just beautiful. And then your scout leader, shows up and tells you it's time to leave. And I kid you not, as I looked back to say goodbye to them, they were gone.
You met the ghosts of the log jam.
They might be ghosts.
That log jammer's been closed for 30 years.
It was the Halloween time.
After 2 girls died on the log jammer.
But that was my best day at a theme park. I've never loved since.
What if one of those log jammer girls listens to this podcast?
Ooh.
And she thought that it was you, but
Yeah.
now she knows.
Now she knows for sure.
She should send us a question with the hashtag Ask3G.
She should
No.
also not go by log jammer girl anymore because that's probably not the best choice.
No,
to make
because
on-
now, like,
That's
by putting this out here, anybody could catfish me.
That's
So
probably her Twitter handle is log jammer girl.
looking for a log jammer guy. If you are out there, though, get in touch. Slide into my DMs, please.
She'll just be really excited to show you her kids and her family.
That's probably true. Thanks for listening. Remember, your ratings fuel us, so please rate and share the show wherever you listen to it. You can subscribe to receive new episodes the moment they're released by going to 3g3q.co/subscribe. We'd also love to hear from you. Where can people get a hold of you?
Hey, I'm still on Twitter.
Still there.
Still there. Not going anywhere. I'm never mind. I'm on Twitter, A_Sav.
I'm on Twitter at that Adam Kid. I'm on Peach at Rad Adam. I'm on Elo. I don't remember what my name is on Elo anymore. So if you're on Elo and you use that exclusively as your social media app, and you find me, could you let me know who I am?
Well, there's only like 5 people on there, so it'll be pretty easy to find you.
I'm on Twitter at Aaron LM Goodwin. I'm on Elo at Aaron LM Goodwin. I'm on Peach at Aaron LM Goodwin. I'm on Anchor.fm as at Aaron LM Goodwin, and I'm a pretty big deal. All of those places.
I'm sensing a theme.
Yes. Other than that, I want you to remember that they're taking the hobbits to Isengard, and you can go with them. I also want you to remember that if you have a friend named Gavin, it'd probably be pretty cool to call him Gavitron. I also want you to remember that water ghosts congregate around log jammers. And I also want you to remember to question everything.
It's recording.
All right.
Are you a beatnik over there?
I just wanted to see the little sound graph of my snaps.
Okay, well, we're going to count down and clap. 5, 4, 3, 2.
There we go.
The more we do it, the less I believe that actually does anything and helps at all. 'Cause-
I
use
mostly just do it because you want me to. So
no, I use it. I think it does help a little bit because you'd be surprised at when I drop them in how off they are. But
I would be surprised.
yeah. Okay. Well, let me drink some of my fizzy water here.
Fizzy water.
Well, we'll make it better. I'm totally going to make that the intro theme song.
Here's the thing. I think you should, but more as a social experiment to see how many people recognize it.
here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
We should have we should have a here's the thing counter.
Too bad we can't have a
It just goes
graphic.
ding, 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 ding. Yeah, too bad it's an audio podcast.
Here's the thing.
Not really. If this was a video podcast, it'd be a lot harder.
I can't even imagine.
I'd have to clean up my room, I guess. Probably.
Yeah, me too. I'd have to. No, I still wear my podcasting robe.
Here's the thing. That's a fashionable robe.
You get like the podcasting wizard over
It's
there.
it's like a robe P Diddy would wear if he was a wizard.
I feel like P. Diddy wouldn't wear a robe. I feel like he just goes
Here's
all natural.
the thing. Do you think it's a robe Pierre would wear?
Yeah,
Get it? Because it sounds like robes Pierre.
I get it.
I refuse to get it.
I thought it was pronounced Robespierre. Defenestrate.
Di penestrate Robespierre.
Okay, let's do a show.